Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word in truth and sincerity. To the Israelite foreigners scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And to the very few sisters that listen and learn. To you, Shalom. Alright, for the new listeners, Yahweh is the true Hebrew name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai is the true Hebrew name of His only begotten Son. My brother Yasharala with Great Millstone, Chicago, and want to hop into a quick lesson going into, alright, due to the curses, Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, alright, 15 on down, verse 15 saying, you know, if you do not do what I command thee, if you don't keep my law, statutes, and commandments, I will curse thee. And one of the curses was we were going to be scattered among all people, all right? We're going to worship their gods that our fathers did not know, all right? Worship gods of wood and stone, which that has happened, okay? When the nation of Israel was divided, it was after the death of King Solomon, and his son Rehoboam stood in his stead as the next king. But you had a division. You had the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. You know, they stood while the rest of the tribes left with Jeroboam. And you did have some of the tribes that came back, all right, but that was just a couple of them. But for the most part, we were scattered, all right? We left our land due to slavery. We also were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. You know, that's why, for the most part, I always say to the Israelite foreigners scattered throughout the four corners of the earth who may look like the heathen nations, all right? Because we're going to look like all the heathen nation. So this isn't about color. This isn't about black only Israelites. You know, Israelites are going to look like everybody. You're going to have Israelites who look like Edomites. You're going to have Israelites who look like Japanese people, Chinese people, African people. We're going to look like everybody because due to the curses, we were scattered throughout all the four corners of the earth. Okay, and on the flip side of that, you're gonna have Edomites, okay, the self-proclaimed white race of people. You're gonna have some of them look like straight up Israelites, look like they're so-called black, Hispanic, native, and look like the rest of the nations too, because all right, when you read, I believe it's in Matthew the 13th chapter, it talks about the tares in the wheat, which is going into, you know, these Edomites looking like Israelites, all right, having dark skin, but their lineage goes back to Esau, all right. But not only did Esau do that, mixed his lineage with our women. I wouldn't say mix. He basically made offsprings with our women, and now his offsprings look like as if they're the children of Israel. All right, he did that as well with the rest of the nations. All right, he did the same thing with the rest of the nations. So, you know, it's all through the spirit. For the most part, we really can't tell it's through the spirit. You know, you can see a straight up white dude look straight up like Esau Edom, but he could dance. You know, he could shoot threes with one hand, like he just raw as fuck. He could rap, cook. You know, that person got the spirit of Jake on him. They're more than likely an Israelite, because a regular Edomite, he ain't gonna know how to do none of those damn things. All he's gonna know how to do is kill, because that's what they're good at. That's what these Edomites are good at. But that being said, we're going to look like all the nations, and all the nations are going to look like us. So that's why in that parable, the tares and the wheat, you needed the angel to separate the wheat from the tares. Okay? Because we can't tell the difference off of face value. So we have to be mindful in the times we're coming in. All right, we're literally living in Acts reincarnated again. All right, the book of Acts is reincarnated. You got the men of the Lord out there pushing the word, trying to wake up the people. All right, and it says sometimes like it was like a couple of thousands of people woke up. So don't be surprised when these people who are waking up coming to the line looking like straight up heathens. All right, calling on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So a lot of guys, a lot of these black only Israelites, you know, they're gonna get that's gonna be a stumbling block to them, to see a whole so-called looking white dude speaking Hebrew saying Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatah. You know, that's gonna fuck up a lot of these guys up, because they're not spiritual, they're carnal. They're carnally minded. They're seeing outside the flesh, the appearance. All right, when Yahweh told, I believe it was, who was it? He told Samuel, he's like, I don't look at the outward appearance. He's like, I look at the inward. You know, so the outward appearance doesn't matter as long as your forefather goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know, and excuse me. And you know, you got the spirit of an Israelite. You're calling on the name, and you take heed to these words. More than likely, you're an Israelite, and a lot of these black-only Israelites they're not gonna accept that. You know, who cares what they think or whatever. But we're gonna have people coming in this truth looking like all the nations. All right, you're gonna have like some b-boy Japanese dudes, all right, that could break dance raw as fuck. All right, you're gonna have some white boys that could dance and 360 windmill basketball dunk. You know, like, we're gonna have people from all walks of life coming into this truth at the very end. All right, because we've been scattered, and the scriptures say, like in that Amos, I believe it's 9, he says that he was gonna sift the Israelites among the nations like corn is sifted, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so pretty much he's gonna sift is that big old it's like a wired net, and they'll use it to go to find gold. They'll take the dirt and they'll run it through the sieve, and all the dirt will fall through, but it'll catch those nuggets of gold, and they separate it. They'll take the gold nugs and they'll put them to the side, and anything else that's dirt will just fall through. And that's what Yahweh's gonna do with Yahweh Shai. He's gonna send Yahweh Shai. He's gonna gather, all right, his children from among all nations, like corn is gathered in the sieve. All right, he's gonna shift us up, like, up, these are Israelites, nah, those are heathens, that dirt's heathens, up here goes some more Israelites. He's gonna gather up his people. Mainly the 1/3 is chosen, because 2/3 are gonna get put to death. All right, Jeremiah 16 says, you know, it's not gonna be said anymore, Yahweh liveth, that brought the children up out of the land of Egypt, but Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, which is here in America, aka Babylon, all right, and from the four corners of the earth where he has driven them, and from the rest of the world, the four corners where we've been scattered at, like the prophecy said in Deuteronomy 28, that he was going to scatter us among all the people. That's why Yahweh Shai said, all right, that this gospel must be preached to all nations. Why? Because we've been scattered throughout all the nations. We look like all the nations. All right. So the times that we're coming in, all right, we gotta have that spiritual eye to know, all right, I can't judge off the appearance, because you're going to have a lot of people waking up who are going to look like straight up heathens. But through the Spirit, through us being scattered, through prophecy, those people that are going to come to this truth, that are going to look like these heathen, are really Israelites. Okay, they really, and that prophecy, what is that? I think it's a Zechariah. I forget what chapter it is. Probably like the 8th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. It says that 10 men shall hold on to the skirt of him that say he's a Jew, because they know that God is with them. All right, so, and that's what we did with our elder and apostles. We're like, man, these are the men of the Lord. Yo, come here, let me, we grabbed hold on them, and we took heed to their words and followed them, and God became a new man, became a creature. And that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have a lot of people like, man, I seen you on YouTube, or man, yeah, you one of them Israel. Hey, bro, and they're just gonna come at your mind. They're gonna want to know everything. They're gonna want to know salvation. They're gonna have those questions. They're gonna hold on to your skirt. They're gonna cleave onto you. And that's the time we're coming in. All right. With that, Yahweh willing, this was edifying. Till next time. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.